Sherifah, Syed, and this is...
Hi, I'm Ngee Yan.
Hey, I'm Chatura Perera, and we're going to be doing the group presentation for Fundamentals of Marketing, Assignment 2, and we'll be doing consumer decision making, and we'll be talking about the importance of it.
So in this presentation, we're going to be analyzing the 5 steps of the consumer decision making process. So that includes step 1, need recognition, step 2, information search, step 3, evaluation of alternatives, step 4, the purchase, and step 5, post-purchase behavior.
So in the consumer decision making process, the first step is needing recognition. So needing recognition is when consumer develops a desire for something, that they realize when they have a need for something. And for an example, I can say when you become hungry, you develop the need for food. So we go out and buy some food. So that's needing recognition. So this we can say as the most crucial step in the process, because if there's no need, there's no purchase. So what happens is when needing recognition happens, the consumer realizes there's a difference between the actual need and the desired need. So as we marketers do, is to identify that desired need and to move the customers towards that desired needs. For an example, if you wanna just go out, when you're hungry, you go out and your actual need is to eat, but you would also want a Coke or chips, something additional. So that's much more desired.
So the product that we'll choose for our assignment is the GeForce GTX Titan X, developed by NVIDIA. It's basically a graphic cards that enable computer user to play games on their computer. So for specification for the GeForce GTX Titan X it has 12 gig of RAM, and it can enable player to play 4K gaming, and it can deliver the optimum gaming experience for the gamers. Oh my god, they're so slow.
Dude, that's really slow.
Yeah, that's right.
You need to get a new graphic card.
Yeah, I think so.
Have some new graphic cards in mind you want me to show you? Sure. Might be a good idea. Okay, yeah. So as you saw in that scene, you can see the customer is clearly dissatisfied with his computer and it's just not performing to the standard that he wants. That's because his graphic card is not just good enough for him anymore for the games that he wants to run. So therefore, he clearly has recognized there's a difference between the need of the graphic card that he actually has and a desired need, which is a better graphic card. So this is what we call the need recognition. So he recognized that he has a need. So now this is going to lead into the second step of the consumer decision making process, which is information research. Now we're going to talk about that.
So the second step of the process is information search, and that's when the consumer actually seeks information about the product that they're about to purchase. And you do this by internal and external sources. So internal is when they have prior knowledge about the product, and what they hear about it is external. So whether it's from friends or family, or in this case, the gaming community, that's the external sources that they hear about this information. And they can search more information about this product. They can do online searches of reviews on YouTube or forums or even on Facebook and just the public media on this certain product, and that's how they'll seek information about this product.
So, have you heard of GeForce GTX Titan X?
Nope.
No, it's made by Nvidia, and it's the best one out there at the moment. It's the latest model of the graphic cards. It's cool. And it supports 4K resolution as well, and it's mid-range, man. It's amazing. Like,
Damn, I should get it.
Yeah, I was running like 2 games on it, like at once on my computer. It was more important than so like, oh, it was that awesome. Yeah.
Second step of the decision-making process, and that is the information search. Consumer is actually doing his own research to this product, to the GeForce GTX Titan X, and he's looking at YouTube reviews and online forums like Steam and just a bunch of other sources other than his friends. He does use external sources, but he's really deciding on all these factors of how he's going to seek this product.
So now we move on to the third step, which is the evaluation alternative. In this step, in this process, the consumer will evaluate the alternative product that available in the market, which they will compare the current product with the other product available in the market in order to find out the suitable product for them. So as you can see from the screen, the consumer is searching for the alternative product through internet and some other sources. The consumer is trying to find an alternative product so that his friends recommend to him. So now he's going through like internet to search for alternative in order to find the right product for himself. He also go to another friends to get some information in order to search for the right products. So now currently the consumer have 3 alternative products, which is the first one is the EVGA GeForce Titan X Super Clock, which costs about $1,095. For the specification of this product, it has 12 GB of RAM and core clock of like about 1127 MHz. The second alternative product would be Zotac GeForce GTX 980 Ti AMP Extreme Edition, which costs about $1,484. As for the product specification, it has about 6 GB of RAM and core clock of about 1255 MHz. And the last alternative product would be the Gigabyte Radeon R9 Fury X, which costs about $941. As for the specifications, it has about 4 GB of RAM and core clock of about 1050 MHz. And the consumer evaluates this alternative product based on the specification of the product and the price range.
So the fourth step is actually the product purchase. So this is when they've gathered all this information from the previous steps, from identifying the need, from all the information, searching, and all the evaluation of alternatives. This is when consumer actually gathers all this information and finally decides to purchase the product itself. So now in this final scene, we actually saw that the consumer actually purchased the product, he made the decision, he circled it, and he was content and finalized his decision in buying this purchase and going ahead with this decision. And yeah, we saw him, like getting his card out and purchasing it online. And yeah, this is the fourth step.
Okay, so the fifth step is the post-purchase behavior. So in this step, what we're looking at is the consumer satisfaction, and such things like that. Whether the consumer is going to be satisfied with the product that he replaced what he had with or he just acquired, or whether he's going to be dissatisfied with it. So what we can look at is the consumer being fulfilled with his or her desired need, and the consumer becoming a loyal customer to that specific brand that he or she bought, or this product becoming the consumer's commodity. So as you could see in that cutscene, that our consumer seems very satisfied with this new product that he acquired, which is the GTX Titan X product. So that was giving him a better gaming experience, a higher graphics density, which gives him satisfaction. So that means his need has been fulfilled. So this is giving him, adding the product is becoming the consumer's commodity, as well as the consumer becoming a loyal customer of that certain brand.
So from this presentation, we saw the 5 steps of the consumer decision-making process. So step 1, need recognition. Step 2, information search. Step 3, evaluation of alternatives. And lastly, we saw the step 4, the purchase. And step 5, the post-purchase behavior.
Yeah, so what we can understand from this consumer decision-making process is that it ultimately serves us marketers as a guide to understand what the consumer's needs are and effectively communicate with them and identify what they need, what products they need.
Also with that, they identify the buying patterns of consumers for a particular product, whether they get it on a daily basis or if it's a high-end product like the one we chose. It's also important for the consumers to know this process in order to enable what the right product they're going to purchase.
So lastly, we move on to recommendation. For recommendation to improve the GTX Titan X, we recommend that the company to use the water cooling system in order to cool down the graphic cards, because when the consumer cranking up the graphic cards, it will get very hot, the room temperature will rise. So we recommend the water cooling system in order to cool the system more efficiently and also make the entire process more efficiently. We also recommend that the NVIDIA can make their graphic cards more power efficient, which is consume more electricity, so that it can save more electricity for the consumer.
Because of the better performance it has, as we said earlier in the presentation, that it has 4K resolution, so it really underscores that better gaming quality, and not just for a gaming experience, but for like animation and video and such.
The last one will be the low temperature. As I just said, if they use the water cooling system, it will make the temperature of the particular product, the GTN, the Titan X, lower, which is good. With the low temperature, as I just said just now, with the water cooling system, you can make the Titan X graphic cards have a lower temperature, so that the room temperature will not be so hot, which is disturbing for consumer. Yeah, that's all for us.
And that's it for our presentation.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank you.
listening.